Okay, and we were also discussing that how the points, the coordinate will look like according to the quadrant. Okay, if we are having any point in the first quadrant, how exactly the point will look like. Okay, which one will be positive, which one will be negative. Let me take that concept again over here. So if we are having the coordinate axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is our x-axis and this one is our y-axis. Just a second. Similarly, here we'll be having negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Like that. On the y-axis, we'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we'll be having -1, -2, -3. Okay. Now please let me know, this one is called which quadrant? Which one is the first quadrant? Okay. This is, which quadrant is this? In this rectangular box, I'm going to write the name of this quadrant. Quadrant. Is it first, second, third, or fourth?
First. First quadrant.
It's first quadrant. What about this one?
Ma'am, fourth.
It is fourth quadrant. Please don't get confused. We cannot name the quadrant by ourselves. Okay, we have to follow the standard format always. So this one is the fourth quadrant. What about this?
Ma'am, third.
What about this?
Ma'am, third quadrant. Third.
Exactly, it is third quadrant. Everyone, are you getting it? The sequence is first quadrant, then towards the left we have to move. That is our second quadrant. Then down, third quadrant, then again towards the right. This is the format of marking the quadrant. We cannot mark it by ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4 here and there. We cannot name it. Okay, anyway, we cannot name it. This is the standard format and we have to follow this standard format. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Now we were talking about the point, how the point will look like. So you must notice over here, whatever point we will be taking. Like let's say we are taking a point 3, 4, or maybe we are taking a point 1, 2, or maybe we are taking a point, let's say 2, 3. Okay, any point we are taking, A, B, C. Can you tell me where this point A will lie? In which quadrant?
Ma'am, first one. First quadrant. First
Yes.
quadrant.
First quadrant. First
Ma'am,
quadrant.
first quadrant.
Everyone saying first quadrant. Furkan, Hanan.
Yes.
Samia, Sara.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shad, everyone saying first quadrant. So yes, A will lie in the first quadrant. What is X? X is 3. What is Y? Y is 4. X is 3. And where we have to go upside or downside? Y is positive 4. So we have to go up, 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 and up, and up, and up, and up, and till where? Till there, wherever Y is 4. Here we need to stop in front of 4. Okay. We can join it like this. It must touch y-axis at 4, and this is the point we are having, that is point A. Coordinate of this point A is 3, 4. If we will be locating point 1, 2, yesterday we were discussing that first write it, x is 1 and y is 2. Okay, x is 1 and y is 2. Where is 1? X is 1 over here. Where is y? Y is positive 2 or negative 2? Y is positive 2. So we will be going up and up and up and up and up. Here we will be stopping because here y2 we can see. Now we will join it. This is the point. This is the point which is x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 2. Okay. So if any point is given, from that point we will be dropping a perpendicular on the x-axis, and from the same point we will be dropping the perpendicular on the y-axis, and we will see if it is touching the x-axis at 1, then x is 1. If it is touching the y-axis at 2, then y is 2. Okay. So if I am locating a point, let me locate a point and please tell me the coordinate of that point. Can you see this purple point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please tell me the coordinate of this point.
2,3.
Ma'am, 2,3.
2,3. Arhan, you said 2,3. Saad, you also said 2,3.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Bharti.
Miss 2,3.
Okay. Furkan. Hanan.
2,3.
2,3. Rafi. Samia. Sara.
I'm 2,3.
Okay, everyone is saying 2,3. Yes, it is 2,3. Why? Because when you will drop the perpendicular on the x-axis, can you see it is touching at 2? When you will be dropping a perpendicular on the y-axis, can you see it is touching at 3? So the coordinate of this point x is 2 and y is 3. Okay, this is the coordinate of this point. So we realized, we know that how to locate the point, and we also understood when any point is given how to identify the coordinate of the point. That also we understood over here. Okay, now can you see all the point whatever we have located over here? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, all are in the format of a, b, where a and b both are positive. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So from here, again, we will be making the same conclusion that in the first quadrant, point will always look like a comma b, where a and b both are positive. Or you can also say in the first quadrant, point will look like plus, comma, plus. Why plus plus I have written? That means x will be positive and y will also be positive in the first quadrant. Okay. What about the second quadrant? So second quadrant, can you see over here? This is the region. If I will shade the region of the second quadrant, this is the region of the second quadrant. This is the region. This is the region which comes in the second quadrant. Okay, I have shaded it with orange color. Now, if you will focus on this region only, can you see on the x-axis? On the x-axis, all negative numbers are sitting. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
If you will just focus on the orange region over there, what is x-axis? Just focus on the x-axis. We are
Minus.
having the
Ma'am, negative.
left side of x-axis, and all the negative number are sitting over there. See, I'm talking about this part. I'm talking about this part. This x-axis, can you see all the negative number is sitting? What about the y-axis? Can you see all the positive number are sitting? So if we are focusing on the second quadrant only the orange shaded part, there you will find the x-axis, negative numbers are there, and y-axis, only positive numbers are there. These two combination joined together are making our second quadrant. That's why we will say, that's why we are going to say, let me write it. Yeah, That's why we are going to say that in our second quadrant, the point will look like X will always be negative and Y will always be positive. Everyone getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Arhan, you are
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
it. Samya,
Yes, ma'am.
Saad, Bharti,
Yes, ma'am.
Furkan,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mohammed Rafi, Hanan, Sarah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, please tell me what will be the pattern in third quadrant. See, this is the shaded
My
region. Okay, this only third quadrant. If we are going to focus on the third quadrant, we will be focusing on this part. We will be focusing on this and this together are making our third quadrant. Now, can you please tell me what X will be positive or negative and Y will be positive or negative?
My negative.
Miss
Negative.
X will be negative.
Perfect. And
Ma'am.
Y?
My negative.
Negative. Perfect. X will be negative and Y will also be negative. Okay. In our third quadrant, X and Y both will be negative. This and this together are giving us third quadrant. Here X is negative and here Y is negative. So both will be negative. Okay. What about the fourth quadrant?
Positive.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, fourth.
X positive and Y positive.
X
is
is
positive.
positive and Y is negative.
Negative.
Okay. In our fourth quadrant, X is positive and Y is negative. If you will focus over here, this axis and this axis is giving us fourth quadrant. You can see X is positive numbers are sitting on the x-axis and negative numbers are sitting on the y-axis. So this is the combination we will be having in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So let's summarize everything. In first quadrant, plus plus will be there. X and Y both will be positive. In the second quadrant, X will be negative and Y will be positive. In the third quadrant, X and Y both will be negative. And in the fourth quadrant, X is positive and Y is negative. Now let's take few questions which will be based on these results. Let's do few true and false question. Okay. You just have to say whether it is true or it is false. Number 1. -2, 5 lies in fourth quadrant. Is it true or false?
Ma'am, false. False.
Okay,
False.
one by one. Arhan, you said false, right? Saad, you also said false, right?
Ma'am, Sat says false.
I'm false.
Okay, Samya, you are saying false. Bharti, what you
False.
said?
False.
False. Anyone? Yes.
False.
Furkan, false.
False, ma'am.
Tara,
False.
yes. Mohammed Rafi. Is it true or false? Sarah, is it true or false?
Ma'am, it's false.
Okay, Sarah, it is false. Then can you tell me in which quadrant this point will lie? -2, 5.
I'm in the second quadrant.
Yes. X is negative, Y is positive. Okay. It will lie in the second quadrant. This is how you must be clear with this concept. X is negative, Y is positive. Definitely second quadrant. Okay. We can see our points. We can see the coordinate which we are having there. X is negative and Y is positive. So it is not fourth quadrant. It is second quadrant. And yes, everyone responded correctly that it is completely false. Okay, next. Okay, the next statement is point 3 comma -4 and -3 comma 4 lie in the same quadrant.
False.
Rest of the student, is it
That's
true or
false.
false?
Ma'am, false.
Ma'am, it's false.
It's false. Both are not going
False.
to lie in the same quadrant, right?
Ma'am, false.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, false. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So which quadrant it will lie? If I'm focusing on this point, this yellow underlined one, 3
first one.
comma -4, it
Fourth.
will lie in
Fourth.
Fourth one.
perfect, and the other one will lie in
Second.
second quadrant. So this is how the coordinate geometry chapter must be clear to all of you. If anyone still getting confused, how, like, we are assuming that the first one is lying in the fourth quadrant and the second one is lying in the second quadrant, please let me know. I will explain it one more time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next statement is the coordinate of a point whose ordinate is -1/2 and abscissa is 1 are the coordinate are -1/2, comma 1. Is it true?
Ma'am, false. That's false.
Ma'am, false.
Why it is false?
False.
Yes. Yes. Anyone said true? Why it is false?
Ma'am, can you explain the question once again?
Yeah, sure. See it carefully. The coordinate of a point whose ordinate is given, abscissa is given, are, this is the coordinate. This is the coordinate. We have to just say true or false. The statement written over here, is it true? Is it making sense? Or false?
Yes, ma'am, it can make sense.
It can be written like this. Okay. Rest of the student.
True. True.
Okay, Heather said true. Samia, Bharti, Furkan, Hani, Sarah. Yes. Everyone saying it is true?
Miss,
Yes.
it will be false
Ma'am, it's false, ma'am.
because ordinate is y-axis.
The ordinate is y and abscissa is x.
Okay.
Excellent.
Saad and Bharti, these two students are saying it is false. Rest of the student, please vote it. Vote for true or false.
False.
Ma'am, false.
Okay, let's check it. Let's check it. Okay. Coordinate of a point whose ordinate is ordinate. Okay. Ordinate is -1/2. And abscissa is 1. Okay. The coordinate will be, see, x coordinate, whatever is x, that is having one more name. This x coordinate is called abscissa also. So abscissa is the name of x coordinate. And ordinate is the name of y coordinate. The y1 is having one more name. Okay, the number which represent y coordinate, that is having one more name. That name is ordinate. The way we are having one more name, like a pet name. Similarly, here also, this x coordinate is having one more name, and that name is abscissa. And the y coordinate, this y coordinate is having one more name. And what is that name? That name is ordinate. So if ordinate is -1/2, it must sit at the y's place. It is not going to sit at x place. Okay. What is abscissa? Abscissa is 1. That is our x. So the coordinate will look like, it will look like 1 comma -1/2. It will look like this. 1 comma -1/2. See, we are having -1/2 comma 1. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it, everyone? That abscissa is the name of x coordinate and ordinate is the name of y coordinate, just another name. Okay, so sometime instead of x coordinate and y coordinate, the question can be given like this, that ordinate is this, abscissa is this. So we must be clear, we must know the names, that x coordinates another name is abscissa, y coordinates another name is ordinate, and the point will look like, if abscissa is 1, so x is 1. If ordinate is -1/2, so it will be -1/2. Now here only let me clear one more thing, that the point which we are locating on this coordinate axis, always the point will not be like this, 3,4, 1,2, 2,3. Integers will not be there. It is not necessary that only integers has to be there. Okay, -3, -4, only a positive number, negative number will be there. That is not true. Okay, we know that number line means real number line. So rational, irrational, all the numbers are sitting on this number line. And the same number line we have taken to this Cartesian system. Okay, we have made this Cartesian system by using two number line. That number line is not integers number line. That number line is real number line. That there all the real numbers are sitting. So fractional number is also there. Okay, if the coordinate is like this, 1 comma -1/2, let's represent it. 1 comma -1/2. In which quadrant it will lie? First, second, third, or fourth?
Ma'am, fourth.
Rest of the students, please
Ma'am,
let
fourth.
me know.
And fourth.
4.
Fourth. Okay.
Ma'am, 4.
Fourth.
So 1, x is 1 and y is -1/2. -1/2 means what? When we will do the division, we will find that -1/2 or just 1/2. 1/2 means half. Half means 0.5 you will be getting. So if you need to represent it in graph paper, okay, you must know that the first one is 1 and the other one is -0.5. Okay, so x is 1, x is +1 or -1, x is +1. So obviously fourth quadrant, because y is negative, we have to go down. How much down? We will be going till 0.5. Okay, so here is 0, here is 1. So here is 0, here is -1. Can we say that -0.5 will be exactly in between?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So from 1, we will be going down, 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 and we will stop over here. We can join it with -0.5. We are assuming that this is -0.5. And this is the coordinate, which is 1, comma, -1/2. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So even if the fractional number is given, it's okay. We will convert it in decimal. Okay, and we will locate it. Always the point will be like this only. If the point is given to you to locate it, definitely the point will be 3.5, 4.5, 1.5, 2.5. Okay, like this only. It will not be that decimal number which will look like 10.3793, it will not never ever be this type of point. It will always be like 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. If fractional number is given, convert it in decimal, and when you will convert it in decimal, this type of number only you will be getting, which will be easier to locate. Okay. Now you must be clear that 4.5 will be exactly in between 4 and 5. 1.5 will be exactly in between 1 and 2. Okay. So this is how we can locate the point. Is it clear so far to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I am giving few points, and quickly let me know what are the coordinates of these points, which I am going to plot over here. Okay, we understood how to locate the point. We also know how to identify the point, but still let's solve few questions to be clear with it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you assign the points?
Like this, no? Like this, no?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. This is how you will be having the question. Don't worry. You don't have to take the scale and mark it. You don't have to do. This is how only you will be having the point. You just have to tell the coordinate. Since you are just learning it for the very first time, this is how the point will be given to you. A, B, C, D, E, F. What is the coordinate of A?
2,
And 2,
comma
2. 2, 2.
2,2.
Yes, I am waiting for the response of other students also.
2, 2, ma'am.
2,2.
2, 2. Okay. Yes, it is 2, 2. Okay. X is 2 and Y is 2. Okay, we can see when we have dropped the perpendicular on x-axis, it is touching at 2. When we have dropped the perpendicular on y-axis, it is touching at 2. So even if in your exam, this dotted line is not given, you just drop the perpendicular. You just drop the perpendicular on the x-axis and on the y-axis, you will be able to identify the point. Okay. What is the coordinate of B?
3, comma
Ma'am,
4.
4,
4, comma 3.
4, 3.
Is it 3, 4 or 4, 3?
4, comma 3.
Ma'am,
4,
4, 3.
4,
It is 4, 3 because at first we write x and then we write y. So x is 4 and y is 3. The point is touching x-axis at 4. So x is 4 and y is 3. Okay, perfect. What about C?
Minus 2, comma 1.
Minus 2, 1.
Negative 2. X is negative 2, y is positive 1. Even if it is not clear over here that y I have written +1 or -1, you should be clear. That is, it is on the upward side of vertical line, the y-axis. So y has to be positive over here. Okay. What about D?
-5, comma 3. No,
-5,
-5, comma 3.
-5, comma 3. X is -5, y is 3. What about E?
-3,
-3, comma 3.
-3.
-3, comma -3.
It is -3, comma 3 or -3?
-3,
-3, comma -3.
It is -3, comma -3 because you can see clearly that we are going downside. Okay, of the y-axis. This is the y-axis. The vertical line is the y-axis, and here we are moving towards the downward direction of on the vertical line. So y is -3 over here. X is -3 and y is also -3. Okay, what about F?
3, -2.
3, comma -2.
3, -2.
Everyone getting it? Any confusion over here?
No. Yes.
Okay. Even if the points are given in this tabular form, just a second. Okay, Heather has already responded. Just a second. Even if the point is given in the tabular form like this. X, Y. If here I am writing -3, 5. Here I am writing 0, 4. Here I am writing 5, 0. Here I am writing -3, -2. Here I am writing, let me take a smaller number only. -2, +3. Okay. If we are having this type of tabular form, we must understand that if this tabular form is there and the instruction is represent the given coordinate or represent the given point, on coordinate axis, okay, how we are going to represent the first point? See, the first column wise we will be taking the point. X is -3, y is 5. Can you tell me the next point?
0, comma
Man,
-2.
0,
0,
comma
4.
0,
0, comma 4.
Next.
5, comma 3.
5,
0.
comma 0.
Perfect. Just a second. No? Just a second. Yeah. Yeah, next. Yes. What about the next one?
-3, comma
-3, comma -2.
-3, comma -2. What about the next one?
-2, comma 3.
So even if the tabular form is given, we must be clear how to represent the point. Like what coordinate we are having. First, you will be able to take out the coordinate from the table, and then representation is clear to you. How to locate the point, how to identify the point, that is clear to you already. Okay, from here you must realize that what coordinates are given. Okay, so first we'll be representing -3, 5, then we'll be representing 0, 4, then we'll be representing 5, 0, then we will be representing -3, -2, and then this one. Okay, let me see what else is there which we need to discuss today. Today you are going to give the assessment. Okay, please give the assessment, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sarah. Rest of this, our Arhan, Bharti, you already know about the assessment, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sarah, and who else is there? Muhammad Rafi, and yeah, everyone has already given previous assessments. Please give the assessment after the class. Okay, we are going to activate the assessment. That means test we are going to activate in your account, and you have to give the test just after the class. Okay. Now the next concept is, now we are clear with till here only, whatever we have discussed, how to locate the point, how to identify the point. This is what you will be getting in today's test, okay, today's assessment. Now, since we are done with this all and you are clear with it, can we move ahead? Any doubt over here? How to locate the point, how to identify the quadrant, how to identify the point? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Can there be fractions,
Yes.
decimals, and rational numbers in coordinates?
No, if decimal number will be there, you will be able to locate it in graph paper. Like as I said, 3.5, 4.5, like that only the point will be there. Root 2, root 3 type of point will not be there.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, if decimal number will be there, that will be easily possible to locate it. Okay, so any random point which will be like you will start thinking how where to locate it, that type of point will decimal number will not be there.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so till here only we are done with the first topic. We are moved to the second topic. In today's assessment, there will be a like everything, all the concept from the first topic. Okay, now the second topic is, let's take a question. The basics is clear to you, so the question will look like this. Plot the point P and Q, find the coordinate. Okay, this one is quite difficult. Just a moment. But rather than this one we will be doing. Okay, but before it, let's do one question. Plot the point A, B, in Cartesian plane Okay, these are the 4 points A, B, C, D, which we have to locate on Cartesian plane and write the name of the figure. So form, write the name of the figure. So form. That means we have to locate the point and then we have to join all the point. After joining all the point, we will see there, we will be able to generate a figure. That figure's name we have to identify. Does it looks like a square, rectangle, triangle, or any other geometrical shape, which we are already aware about. Okay, so let's locate the point at first. A is minus 2 comma 1, B is 2 comma 1. Let's 1 2 3 4 5. Now be careful. This is just the rough sketch. If you are having a graph paper, please do it over there, because then only we will be getting the accurate figure. Okay, does it looks like a parallelogram, it looks like a trapezium, it looks like just a rectangle, or what? If you are going to draw it, if you are going to plot it on graph paper, then only you will be accurate. Here whatever we will be getting, that will just be the rough sketch. Okay, accurately we will not be going to get over here. Now your question is why? Why? Because this, the distance between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and 5 and 6, this all are not same. Okay, one is smaller, one is bigger, so that's why the figure also will not be accurate. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
6. Similarly here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Here 1 2 3 4 5. Here -1, -2, -3, x-axis, y-axis. Okay, what are the points we are having? Let me write it. A, B, C, D. A is -2 comma 1. A is -2 comma 1. B is 2 1. C is 3 comma 2. And D is -1 2. Okay, let's locate it. A will lie in which quadrant?
Ma'am, second quadrant.
Second. Second one.
Okay, x, y. X is negative, y is positive, x is -2. From -2, we will be going up or down. Since y is positive, we will be going up and up and up and up. This is the point. Okay, we can join it like this. This is our point A. Okay, now what is B? 2 comma 1. Which quadrant?
First.
First.
First. X is 2, y is 1. Just a second. I said please do it and let me know what you are going to get. Okay,
Ma'am, do we have to send it?
first do it, I will let you know. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yes, what are you getting? Another one is 3 comma 2. Another one is -1 comma 2. Let me locate it quickly and tell me, are you getting this only? join them. Are you getting this figure?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Does it looks like parallelogram?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
It's a parallelogram. Okay. So we will say, since parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel to each other and equals to each other. So we can see opposite sides are parallel. Here also we can see opposite sides are parallel. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So these type of questions are there in our second topic. We will be continuing our second topic in our next class also. Okay. And yes, please give the assessment. Just give me a minute. Let me inform. You all are going to give the assessment. And yes, Arhan, Shad, Samia and Bharti. Just be here, no, after the class also.